Top three things about Labor Day weekend are hitting the beach, having a relaxing day, or if you're Javita Carranza, buying up the entire discount shelf of the scarf section at TJ Maxx. This is Evenings at LALATE. Hope you're good and safe. Happy Labor Day weekend. Hope you're relaxing after a very laborious week, especially if you're Nancy Pelosi. You were working so hard last week. This is Evenings at LALATE, our 1-hour programming block that starts every night with a check at 6:30 and then goes to either a special or an EIDL or whatever is being served at the local diner that night. This is our part of our 3.5-hour programming schedule here at LALATE Now, the net's most watched and fastest growing news channel. You know, EIDL remains a topic of discussion to this day, as a lot of viewers are still trying to get their EIDL loans approved, and it's quite unclear why. Javita Carranza appeared before a congressional hearing no less than 3 or 4 weeks ago and said, hey, I'm going to start doing some more loans because everyone's approved. No, they're not, Javita. They're not approved. So as you sit here tonight and you wonder, where's your check? Where's your stimulus check? Where's your FPUC extension? Where's your hazard pay? Where's your EIDL? You're wondering what things could put money in your pocket in the next couple of weeks. And this video is going to cover that in a special report. Now, here are the items and who can qualify for what and what you can get soon or later. First, the items that will be available to everyone are the following. Stimulus checks will be available to everyone in the second stimulus package. They're coming to everyone that makes under a certain threshold of income per year, but that's generally, as we call, most everyone. Ones that wouldn't get it are people who made over about $100,000 2019, or, you know, married couples that made over about $250 per year. But everyone else will get a stimulus check. So that is something you're going to get. FPUC is something you would get if you're on UI, unemployment benefits, or PUA. If you think you qualify for PUA, you think you qualify for UA, watch my videos every afternoon on Afternoons LA. It's a third video, and it has FPUC in the title, in the thumbnail. Go get you some, as I would say, and get it right away. I mean, I have been doing PUA videos since April 25th. I've got to thousands of viewers. PUA because of my advice to this channel, or UI. So go get some right away. Once approved, the money lands in your bank account relatively quickly and is, you know, after about 2 payments of it, it's about the value of a stimulus check. You know, when this pandemic was hitting on April 25th, and I was just starting this channel, I said, hey, there's a lot of things out there for you to go get. Start go getting everything. And that was one of the best things of advice I could give people, was apply for as many things you can get. And sadly, when this channel grew later on, a lot of people had not been with me early on and were just waiting around for a stimulus check, and are still just waiting around for a stimulus check when they qualify for other things also. Why put your entire livelihood dependent upon one check and the whims of very finicky politicians when you could be getting EIDL grants or EIDL loans? Here we go. What else can you get? Well, PPP will be coming back. There will be a second round of PPP under this third stimulus package, which is going to come after this stimulus package as a standalone bill with a few things in it. It's valued at about $650 billion late September. So there will be another round of PPP. Will there be another round of EIDL grants? I don't see it. I just really don't see it. Will there be a change in EIDL loans? I've been calling for it, a raise on the threshold of EIDL loans so people can go higher on EIDL loans. And then there'll be rent aid. There will be rent aid, and there'll also be food stamps. So rent aid will really probably give relief to a lot of people across the country. It may be narrowly tailored to not cater to financially well-off individuals. But likely, if you're in the threshold of a stimulus check, you'll also be within the threshold to get rent aid. That could be several months, and it could also be utilities. It won't be quick. It's not something you're going to get it right away. So it's not one of those things that you should assume that you're going to get the funds right away. Earlier today and all throughout today, I've been doing timeline videos, and those apparently are resonating quite well with viewers based upon viewership. We're doing really good traffic tonight. Thank you. And I talked about how fast things get to people, how fast the stimulus check gets to you, how fast the FPUC gets to you. Of all these things, the things that get to you the fastest, ironically, are EIDL loans. If you're a new applicant and you do it very smoothly and very cleanly, you can get the money within about 3 days. Yeah. If you do it unsmoothly, you can get it in about 3 years. No joke. I'm not kidding. Unemployment benefits is the next smoothest thing to get. You can get it within about a week, in about a week or 2 weeks. Enhanced unemployment benefits, where you trigger to go to a higher threshold based upon 2019 earnings if you made over $30,000 a year and you're trying to get the maximum benefits of your state, which is like $400 a week with FPUC on top of that. Yeah, a lot of money. That takes a while. You have to really haggle with them and argue with them, and that just goes on for weeks and weeks and weeks. So there's certain things you can get really fast, other things you can't. Hazard pay, I think you'll get hazard pay in like 5 years from now, if at all. Then there is, EIDL loans and grants, and, there are other instruments out there, but they did not really catch on during this pandemic. There was the Main Street Lending Program, which I did 7, 10, 20 videos on. A few news articles as well were on LALATE about it. It was a very, I think it's still around. It has cobwebs on it. It was incredible lending program. Would give you hundreds of thousands of dollars of lending money, loan money. It just didn't catch on. It wasn't well done. But as some viewers sit back and wonder, where is free money? Is grant money? That is generally being done on a local level. From a national level, your free money items are stimulus checks, hazard pay, and rent. And of those, hazard pay is in jeopardy. We never know if it's going to pass or not. And rent, we don't see any outcome. We don't see any update about that as well. So you really are just left with stimulus as your own only federal grant. Now, that's why I'm always detailing local grants, where it's a Los Angeles local grant that came out recently, or that national grant. When I say national, it's a private, but it's not a federal grant. It's not from the federal government. It's a national grant. So if you sit back and you say, I need more. I need more. That's not enough. Then you should maybe consider EIDL. EIDL is for anyone that is a sole practitioner, like an Uber or Lyft driver, or Grubhub, or Airbnb. You can all get EIDL loans, absolutely. Then it's also for people who have a business with 500 employees or less. So if, like, you own a small shipping company, you got 3 employees, or you own a small landscaping company, you mow people's lawns, and you have your own corporation, you have 4 employees, or it's your sister and her 2 nephews, that's a business that can go apply. And the loans are up to $150,000, and the processing times are sometimes less than 3 days. They're very fast now. So if you need that, go get it, because what I've always advised people is to have financial wherewithal ready. And when this pandemic hit, I said, I want you to know as many different instruments that have been created by this pandemic for you by the federal government, or on a local level, on the state or local level, so you can go get the money. And don't sit around for one thing, because that one thing may be backed up as you see what's going on with stimulus checks, and you might be entitled to multiple things, and those other things may pay faster. An EIDL, for example, hit when it first started, and the grants were not being paid within 3 days of applying, which was the scandal of that moment. We always wondered, are we ever going to get the grant? Well, sure enough, in one day I think it was in mid-April, everyone woke up and there was grant money in everyone's accounts. And everyone had given up hope to that point. It was the same case, with unemployment benefits. Kevin Lee, who's an OG of this channel, had never ever received a single penny for unemployment benefits, but applied on the very first few days when I told him to. based upon the advice of this channel, but wasn't getting the money, haggling. Well, guess what? He got $19,000, he reports in the comments of this channel just days ago, for unemployment benefits that he was just not paid. Eileen Beckenham out of Florida waited for weeks and weeks, got $8,000. Aaron, my truck driver, same thing with him. He waited over 2-3 months to get finally $150,000 of EIDL loan. You know, one of the things I've always had when this channel started was a thing called Vortex. I mean, what's strange, it's very weird. It's personally very weird that all these new viewers don't know me in the context of how the channel once was. So I used to always say certain things like Vortex. I had all these viewers who applied on March 30th, and never had anything done with their EIDL SBA loan application. They weren't processing it. They weren't looking at it. And everyone after them got approved. Everyone after them got money. Everyone before them got money. But everyone on 330, March 30th, got nothing. I had 331 Vortex and 48. I would repeat this every single night, actually twice a day, on the EIDL grant and loan. My 330, 331, and 48 Vortex viewers, they were Vortex because they had got to nothing. And they waited and waited and waited and waited. And I gave them methods and practices and bits and gimmicks and avenues and contacts and finally direct phone numbers to people to get this done, and they got their money. And I think now, out of every single Vortex member, I think they are nearly almost all out of the Vortex and funded. So nearly all of them have won. Have absolutely won, but it was an incredibly long process. So as I have some viewers that are watching stimulus and are waiting for the stimulus check, and they've not received a stimulus check for a while, I feel for you. I absolutely feel for you. But understand, I've had viewers who waited months while they were about to lose their business, their home. Their employees were to be laid off, and their employees were to lose their business, lose their bank accounts, lose their home, and it was literally an implosion of 40 to 50 homes within a matter of a few minutes. And I saved them. Whether it was the cat business in the cat grooming business and dog grooming business in Denver that made payroll within 24 hours because of this channel. Or my friend out of Florida who I saved no less than 3 of his businesses and about a couple dozen of his employees and their families by the nick of time. The efforts of this channel were incredibly profound because we all knew time was of the essence. And so as you sit here tonight and you wonder where your stimulus check is, stay patient. It's going to come to you. And understand there are people before you, like my 330 Vortex viewers, who came out of it and came out strong on the other end. With that offer of hope, subscribe and hit the alert on this channel so you get an alert when a new video goes live. Subscribe. We're trying to reach some number of viewers. I can't remember because it's so damn hot. It's been a long day. And also like this video. Like it because I sat out through bitterly hot weather today to record every single thing for you. So if today was a day to appreciate my efforts, today would be the one. Like this video. Coming up tomorrow morning is Mornings LA to 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, and boy, it's expected to be just as bad, the weather here. Not the recording, the weather. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, stay focused, and stay in LA for more.